You're watching News Channel 5, where the news comes first.
A teacher is killed just outside of a local high school. The huge impact he had on not one, but two local school districts. Plus, a piece of Catholic history is closing.
It's like a big family.
Why this Sacred Heart community is shutting its doors. And middle of your screen, watch this takedown. What the alleged criminal did in broad daylight that led to a foot chase by St. Louis police. Looking for love? This could be your chance. The super famous dating show, Looking for St. Louis Ladies. Tonight, two local schools are mourning the loss of this beloved teacher and coach. Will Gillespie, a teacher at Eureka High School and volleyball coach at Francis Howell, was killed in a tragic motorcycle accident earlier today. His students, their parents, they're speaking out about him. Our News Channel 5's Farah Fazal, she's live from Francis Howell High School in St. Charles County. And Farah, two huge school districts here in St. Louis County, and apparently this man had such a deep impact on his kids.
Absolutely, Ann. There are hundreds and hundreds of people sharing their stories tonight. He coached here for 4 years at Howell High. He was absolutely unforgettable. And tonight, the Missouri Boys Volleyball Committee honored him with a moment of silence. Hundreds of students, parents, teachers, coaches are sharing their memories of Coach G, as they called him, on our Facebook page. One parent said, "What a wonderful volleyball coach and mentor he was." The entire volleyball community is devastated. Now, I talked just a little while ago to the head volleyball coach here tonight. He tells me Will was his best friend. He says Will had this passion for teaching and coaching and for life. He lived it fully every day. Will was also a husband, a son, a brother, and a Marine. He enlisted in 2005. He was deployed in 2006 and 2008 to Afghanistan. He was only 28 years old. There will be counselors here on Tuesday to help students here to deal with Coach G's death. Reporting live in St. Charles, Farah Fazal, News Channel 5.
New tonight at 10, it's an education issue with potential implications for nearly every school in St. Louis and St. Charles counties. A student's right to transfer out of an unaccredited district to another school. News Channel 5's Casey Nolan reports lawmakers thought they had a fix for the multi-million-dollar transfer issue, but now the governor says not so fast. Case.
And while some schools worry they might not be able to take on more transfer students, Normandy has a very immediate problem. Without a fix from the state, transferring students will bankrupt the district.
I want people to know that Normandy is not a bad school. All the media that we get is nothing like that on the inside.
Pride may be intact, but the outlook for Normandy is uncertain. Earlier this week, the State Board of Education dissolved the unaccredited district and plans to reopen it with new leadership in July.
We don't really care about the bad media anymore. We try and get our work done and try to do better.
But even if performance improves, the district is still facing bankruptcy without a change in the state law forcing it to pay millions of dollars to send its students to other districts. Friday, Governor Jay Nixon announced he plans to veto a bill that lawmakers say would reduce the cost of transfers and improve education. But the bill includes a controversial plan to allow students to transfer to non-religious private schools, a provision Nixon says he warned the assembly he wouldn't sign. His impending veto is drawing fire even from within his own party.
The governor never had a plan. He still does not have a plan. And so I have to put into question, does he really care about poor black children?
If the governor vetoes the bill, we go back to the 1993 law in which the limits are off. It's Katie bar the door for these receiving school districts.
Thursday on the 9 network of public media, the Republican who helped craft the bill said there are no other solutions in sight.
If he does veto it and calls us back into special session, my guess is we're going to send him the same bill.
But the governor is not taking this stand alone. Democratic Congressman Lacey Clay issued a strong statement in support of the governor's veto today, as did the NAACP. Ann?
Major developments to report in the growing VA scandal. The chairman of the House Veterans Affairs Committee will file legislation that would allow vets to seek medical care in the private sector if VA doctors can't schedule them within 30 days. Vets have wanted access to the private sector forever, but many can't afford it. Meanwhile, here at home, the processing technician who blew the lid off the dental clinic problems in St. Louis says even though she's lost her job, her house, her car, she has not lost her resolve.
They have taken everything away from me, Lisa, and guess what? I'm still fighting. I'm fighting for the truth. I just want the president to know that it's unfair for whistleblowers to be targeted, or people who speak the truth to be targeted, to be fired. And then you come up with these lies and have other people collaborate in your lies.
Congresswoman Ann Wagner tells Newschannel 5 she thinks this bill will get bipartisan support. Now to a developing story concerning the Bridgeton landfill controversy. Right now, we are awaiting word on if the residents have accepted a settlement from the landfill's owner. Around 400 neighbors living a half-mile from the landfill filed a class action lawsuit against Republic Services. A judge gave the thumbs up in April for Republic to pay $7 million to the people in that suit. They filed the lawsuit because of the overwhelming horrific odors coming from an underground fire in the landfill. Neighbors say the landfill is filled with radioactive waste, and they don't know if they may have been inhaling cancer-causing chemicals.
We won't sell our house because we don't want to put another family through this. We would feel terrible if we sold this home, even if we got 50% of the value and sold it to another family and put them through this. There is no way. We think these homes should be torn down.
This was the first of several deadlines. There will be more in the next few weeks. Republic Services apologized to the neighbors for the odors. New tonight at 10, a bank robbery suspect was tackled by police. It was all caught on tape. The takedown happened during our 6 o'clock news, so in case you missed it, middle right of your screen right there, that's police jumping on a bank robbery suspect after he tried to get away from police. It happened at the intersection of West Florissant and Emerson. Police say he was wanted for robbing the Boatman's Bank. 3 people are in the hospital tonight after a shootout in South St. Louis. It happened in the 4400 block of Tholosin. A group of men got into a fight when some of them pulled guns and opened fire. St. Louis police say the whole thing had been simmering since last night. It boiled over this afternoon. The shooting victims are in the hospital. There's no word on their conditions. It's not too simple to lose a computer. How about losing 100? That's what happened at SIUE, according to a state audit. On top of that, someone stole $7,000 from the School of Education. Same problems on a larger scale at SIU Carbondale. Combined, we're talking about more than $40,000 in stolen money and 350 lost or stolen computers. And the university was slow to recognize the thefts. There were also several cases where SIU compromised students' personal information.
Any tools, any money that could help me, be a better student or learn a little bit more, it would be very useful to all students, and to know that that's missing, it's sad.
The president says in such a large organization, mistakes will happen, but he plans to correct them. 60 years behind bars, that was the fate handed down to the man convicted of shooting an administrator at the Stevens Institute of Business and Arts. Sean Johnson says he shot Greg Elson-Rath because he was upset that his student loans were running out and he was several credits short of graduating. The road to Brazil comes through St. Louis later this month with the international soccer match between Ivory Coast and Bosnia. It will take place May 29th at the Edward Jones Dome. This game will be a preview of what we can expect in the World Cup, which is in June. And as soccer fans begin to look forward to the World Cup in Brazil, St. Louis will be watching one of their own on Team USA. Katie Feltz tells us St. Louis's already rich tradition in the sport has another name to add to its long history.
I think he scored 5 of the 6 that day.
Right. These two men witnessed what Brad Davis could become before he ever graced the soccer field at Chaminade or St. Louis University.
When I first saw Brad at about age 8, you knew that he was a special player.
Brad was doing all the stuff, dribbling between guys and just making kids fall down, and he'd take the ball the length of the field and score a goal.
Brad Davis, oh, what a beautifully worked goal.
Even on the field at Chaminade, Mike Gauvain and Joe Moore knew Davis played beyond his years.
The way he anticipates during the games, the things that he sees before any of the other players see, his passing, his distribution, just everything is just at the top of the league.
So when Gauvain and Moore saw their former player named to the World Cup roster, emotions bubbled over.
I jumped off the couch. I told my girlfriend, Brad made it, Brad made it, Brad made it.
Sent chills up my spine.
And no one has worn the number 11 quite like him.
Anytime he stepped on the field in the first 30 seconds to a minute of the match, you knew there was something special about the number 11, and it was very special for me to have him here.
One of St. Louis's best will take his best to Brazil. Katie Feltz, News Channel 5 Sports.
Davis is the Houston Dynamo's all-time leader in games, starts, and assists. A warning before you fire up the grill this holiday weekend tonight. Rough news surrounding food may have you rethinking what you eat. And bearing it all, the reason this man is being called the White House stripper.
And the Cardinals had beautiful weather in Cincinnati this evening. Now, as we head into the weekend, they're going to stay put. Another great day tomorrow with temperatures in the 70s for the game. But what about our weather forecast? I'll have the details when we come back.
Energy for life.
Planning to put out a big Memorial Day spread? First, check your fridge for these 2 food recalls. Right now, just under 2 million pounds of ground beef is traced to Wolverine Packing in Detroit. They're being recalled in 12 states, suspected of being tainted with E. coli bacteria. 11 people in 4 states have been hospitalized. Consumers who suspect they may have purchased any tainted meat are being advised to discard it immediately.
Because the undercooked beef is where people get into trouble.
A second recall is underway for hummus and dip produced by Lansal Incorporated. It may contain listeria. It's sold by Target, Giant Eagle, and Trader Joe's across the country. U.S. safety regulators are taking a close look at some older Dodge Ram pickup trucks with manual transmissions. The probe covers about 110,000 Ram 2500 and Ram 3500 trucks from the 2004 to 2006 model years. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says it has 3 complaints that the engines can be started without the clutch being depressed. As of right now, the vehicles have not been recalled. A man strips down to his birthday suit outside the White House. According to the U.S. Secret Service, the man confronted uniformed officers outside the White House near Lafayette Park today. He then stripped out of his clothing as officers tried to subdue him. They say he suffered minor injuries and will be treated at a local hospital. Charges are pending. It is the end of an era for a small Missouri town. This was the last week of class for students attending a long-standing Catholic school in Azora, which is about an hour south of St. Louis in St. Genevieve County. And as News Channel 5's Stephanie Diffin reports, the school is not reopening in the fall.
For the past 115 years, children have been coming to the Little Sacred Heart Schoolhouse in Ozora, Missouri. But the group of students who came to class here this year will be the school's last.
In a tiny town perched on top of a hill sits a stone church and a schoolhouse beside it.
It has quite a bit of history.
History dating back to 1898. Since then, the world around the school has become a different place. But inside, the dedication to academics and faith has remained the same.
This has been the best thing that has ever happened to my family, to our kids.
Because to them, this school is about more than reading and writing and lessons in math.
It's like a big family.
So the decision to close was a heartbreaking one, but
the decision was obvious.
Because over the years, families have gotten smaller and access to bigger schools nearby has gotten better. So the little school has been fighting to keep tuition low for quite some time.
We worked hard getting grants.
But this year, enrollment dwindled to just 15 and the fight came to an end.
There wasn't any question about it.
Now these families will have to find somewhere else to go, although they know they won't find anywhere quite like this tiny schoolhouse that sits beside a stone church perched on top of a hill.
Despite the school closing, the parish will stay open, and it is still deciding how to use this building now that the school has closed. In Ozora, Stephanie Diffin, News Channel 5.
Today was the last day ever for another Catholic school. The Immaculate Heart of Mary closed its doors for good. The St. Louis Archdiocese says low enrollment is the reason. This holiday weekend, many of you will spend it at the pool or by the grill. Of course, though, the most important part of Memorial Day weekend is pausing to pay respects to America's fallen service members. So who will you be remembering this Monday? Right now, KSTK.com and on our Facebook page, you are invited to post photos of your hero and tell us about them. We'll post photo galleries throughout the weekend to honor these veterans. Also, check out the interviews featuring veterans from World War II, Korean War, Vietnam, as they tell us who they will be thinking of.
Sharp. He lost his life. He paid the ultimate sacrifice. Been thinking of a lot of people. But also, I've been thinking about the freedom that we all enjoy because these guys stepped up and answered the call.
You can hear Ken Flair's entire story about Sergeant Sharp right now on KSDK.com. There is a lot going on this weekend, from Rib Fest, Greek Festival to the Gypsy Caravan. Those are just some of the many events happening in our area this weekend. We've put together a list of the 5 things to do on our website. Look for the link on the homepage of KSDK.com. You are listening to some soulful singing as one of the area's best gospel choirs took to the stage. Chris and Kyle with True Spirit, their 3rd live CD tonight. They recorded it. The group is made up of about 35 singers from all over the region. And no, your eyes are not deceiving you. See them there in the back, clapping, smiling? One of our own, News Channel 5's Tracy Clemens sings in that choir. Here's a good reason to stay up late tonight. NASA says we could be treated to a never-before-seen meteor shower. Forecasters say it could rival even the Perseid meteor shower. This is a time-lapse footage of the meteor shower last August. But they also say it could fizzle. It's expected to peak between 1 and 3 a.m. early Saturday morning. Did I say that right, that meteor shower?
I can't even pronounce the name of it, though. But yes, you are correct.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I know that comes every year. But this meteor shower is brand new and something that, will we have a chance to see it with clear skies, you think? No. Okay. Bummer.
No.
The rest of the country will get to see it. But
yeah, we've got clouds that are moving in again from the south and west. Beautiful day today, too, with temperatures in the lower 80s. But these clouds are thickening up just a little bit. We won't see the rain tonight, but we will be partly to mostly cloudy. And then tomorrow we'll have a few clouds here and there, but for the most part here in St. Louis, I think we stay dry, but how dry will it be off to the west and the south? Not so much. Temperature is beautiful, should be in the 70s tomorrow, a little bit warmer into the weekend. So if you've got outdoor plans, and many of us do, watch out for those showers and storms, especially by Sunday. I think that's going to be our peak day here in the St. Louis area. Tonight we have very much needed rain falling from Texas into Oklahoma, Kansas, up into Nebraska. They need the rain there. They're happy to get it. Kind of a squeeze play going on. We've got an upper level low that's pulling out of Arizona and California. That's giving us that southerly flow. And then there's a huge ridge of high pressure over Lake Michigan, the Chicago area. That's what's keeping us dry here in St. Louis. Through the weekend, they're going to kind of squeeze together. So the best chance for rain will be western and southern Missouri. For instance, if you're heading to the Lake of the Ozarks, Kansas City, Springfield, Missouri, you're probably going to see some rain tomorrow. We have a couple little storms near West Plains, but nothing showing up in the News Channel 5 viewing area tonight. All is good, all is dry. Temperature-wise, it's now dropped into the 60s, 66 in Pittsfield. We've got 69 degrees at Scott, 63 in the Chesterfield Valley. Kind of a high, thin cloud cover. Overnight lows will be in the 50s in many areas. 60s, lower 60s, though, in the city. So here is your timeline overnight into tomorrow, 69 degrees at midnight. Kind of a partly to mostly cloudy sky. They're thin clouds, though. You can see through them. But you're not going to be able to see that meteor shower tonight if it even happens. It could turn out to be a big dud, but if it happens, it's going to be tough here in St. Louis. 61 at 6 a.m., partly cloudy. 76 degrees by noon, expecting highs tomorrow around 79 degrees. Very nice. 76 at 6 p.m., partly sunny, 66 at midnight. And as we head into Sunday, that chance for rain is going to be on the increase. There's those showers. Southwestern counties, you could see some rain. Phelps, Dent, Reynolds, Iron, even into Montgomery, but the heavier rain will be out across central Missouri. Then it kind of backs off Saturday night, and then Sunday, whoa, look at this. We've got some rain coming through right over the Mississippi River Valley, right here in the St. Louis area. Scattered showers and storms in the afternoon, not expecting severe weather. This is just going to be plain old rain. Monday, could see a scattered shower as well, but I don't think the chance is going to be as great. Heading to one of the area lakes as we start the unofficial beginning to summer. Lake of the Ozarks, I think tomorrow is going to be pretty wet there with a temperature around 77, but keep in mind it's always good to be in a fun place like any of these lakes. 84 degrees on Sunday. Mark Twain could see a storm.
If you really want to stay out of the rain, go east, Carlisle Lake, Rend Lake, Table Rock, also a good chance to pick up some rain. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s tomorrow. 73 degrees now. We've got a mostly cloudy sky. East-northeasterly winds. Pressure is rising. Our high today was 82. Low this morning was in the mid-60s. We've had no rainfall today, so tonight partly cloudy to mostly cloudy. 61 light winds. Tomorrow we'll call it kind of a mix of clouds and sunshine, partly sunny. High of 79 degrees. That chance for rain will stay west and south. Our southwestern counties could see some showers. Sunday, that'll be St. Louis's best chance to see some rain over the next 3 days. Highs a little bit warmer. Ooh, Memorial Day, 87 degrees. Head to a pool. Temperatures all the way through the area. And of course, if you're going to be going anywhere towards Cincinnati for that Cardinals game, looks like temperatures will be very nice again tomorrow evening. Should be in the 70s, so go Cards.
All right, Cindy, thanks so much. Well, coming up in sports, what moved legendary football coach Jim Hanifan to tears? Plus, Frank Cusimano has that answer, and mental mistakes like this in Cincinnati may have moved Mike Matheny to tears. Sports is next.
Good evening. The Cardinals rolled into Cincinnati, winning 8 of their last 10. But as the St. Louis and Hall of Famer Earl Weaver used to say, momentum is that night's starting pitcher. Shelby Miller, who hadn't lost in 33 days, was hit tonight. The most talked about couple in college sports last year, A.J. McCarron and Catherine Webb in Cincy tonight. McCarron is now a Bengal, so he liked this. Todd Frazier uncorks a 3-run bomb off Shelby Miller, 3-0 Reds after 3. Alan Craig 2 for 4 tonight, including this 2-run single to shave the lead to 3-2 in the 4th inning. Now this cannot happen. 6th inning, 2 on, 2 out, John Jay at the plate, and Johnny Peralta is picked off. Wow, that hurts. Little drama in the 9th inning. Cardinals down 2, and Shane Robinson gets a hold of one of those 100-mile-per-hour fastballs off of Aroldis Chapman. Not deep enough. Reds win, final 5-3. Let's head to the Billiken Sports Center. SLU versus VCU in the A-10 semifinals. 3rd inning, this man can hit. Mike Vigliarolo, base hit to right, and this is going to be trouble for the right fielder. Alex Soule will storm home. Right now, it's 5-5 in the 10th inning. The winner will play George Mason tomorrow in the championship game. Well, if you look at the total body of work, coached the best offensive line in football, became a head coach, helped the Rams win a Super Bowl, no football coach in our town has ever done more than Jim Hanifan. Hanifan, who is now 80 years old, is in the restaurant business, owning 2 It's a Better Burger establishments. You will see some pretty cool vintage photos. Hanifan got into coaching because he wanted to teach and he wanted to affect lives. The other day he got a phone call from Leonard Smith, his former safety with the Big Red. Smith said, "Coach, I wanted to tell you I just made it to the College Football Hall of Fame." And then Smith said,
I wanted to call you and let you know that because you're the most important guy in my life. You helped me more than anybody else. And I was struck by that. And in fact, at one point, I think I started crying.
What a good man. Let's head to one of my favorite places, the soccer park in Fenton for the State Lacrosse Championships Division I. MICDS taking on CBC, and watch this tremendous goal by Mike Giannino for the Rams. Will Sulla scored an OT, MICDS 11, CBC 10. They are your state champions. Congrats to Lindbergh, who won the Division II state championship, and that'll do it in sports.
All right, thanks, Frank. It is being dubbed the epic proposal, the lengths this man went through, all in the name of love. Not many spend 4 years preparing a marriage proposal video, but this Montana man did. It is the latest video that has gone viral. Jack Heyer took the meaning behind the song I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles to heart. After traveling 26 countries, he came up with that incredible lip sync video to help him propose to his girlfriend. And the story gets even better. He thought of the idea after only knowing her for 1 week. In case you're wondering, his girlfriend said yes, right there. Oh, she's so upset. More than 1 million people have looked at this video on YouTube. Good hug at the end. And speaking of love, if you haven't found that special someone, you are in luck. But there is a catch. The Four Seasons Hotel in downtown St. Louis is hosting a casting call for the new season of The Bachelor. Both women and men are invited to audition to find true love, and we've posted all the details on how you can win a chance at love on national TV anyway, on our website, ksdk.com. There you have it, News Channel 5 at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next. He's got musical guest Rascal Flatts along with Tandy Newton and funny guy Seth MacFarlane. Join us for Today in St. Louis starting at 4. News, sports, and weather, ksdk.com.